Alright, so let's see how to set up your magazine layout in InDesign. Okay, so before we start, let's see what is the e-magazine layout and how I inspired, how I get an idea before I start the whole project for this e-magazine design. So this is the thumbnail. Okay, so for this magazine you have 6 pages. So how I come up with this thumbnail is actually when I inspired from this e-magazine layout. Okay, so you can see that my cover page is actually coming from this layout. This is my second page, third page, this is fourth page, fifth page, and sixth page. Okay, so you can see that when I mark as X, that is the picture, and the line is represent the body content. And if you look at here, I also have one big alphabet, and then the text is wrapped inside this text. So this the big texture in here is the alphabet. Okay, right, so now let's go to InDesign. So when you create new file, you go to web and then view all preset and you can choose 1 to 4 by 768. All right, the orientation should be landscape, and then the binding is left to right. Okay, pages should be 6 facing pages. Just make everything as before. You don't need to change anything, and then click preview. Okay, so that you can see how the layout will look like in your InDesign. Okay, right, so when we are done with this, then we can click on create, and then on the right hand side here you can see there are a panel for pages. Okay, so for the pages panel you have two sections. The first one is a parent and the second one is the pages. So if you double click the word a parent, then it will goes to these two pages for a parent. So what means by a parent is anything that we want to make it consistent across the pages, you can add them in a parent. For example, things that will always be in all pages, okay, is page number. You need to have the page number in the same place. Okay, and then maybe the same design, and sometimes you might have titles on the top. So all of these should be placed in the a parent. So before we start, I want to set the grids. Okay, so that when we have these grids, when you place all the elements such as text and images, it will be consistently nice for the alignment. Okay, right, so if you go to layout, you create guides, and I want you to add this to 13. Okay, this is the standard number for creating rows and columns for e-magazine. Make sure that you fit guides to margin. Okay, and then check the preview so that you can see this is how it look like on your InDesign. So and then press OK. Then after that I just want to change some colors in preferences. Okay, so you go to InDesign preferences and then you click on grids. Change this from light blue to light gray. We want to start everything in the 0 pixel. Okay, and then maybe the threshold, change it to 50%. We don't want the grids to be in the back. Okay, then you press OK, and if you go to view grids, show baseline grids, and then you press command plus to zoom in. Now you can see that in your InDesign, you have set all the rows, columns, and also the base grids. Okay, so this will help you when you are placing the text and images for your e-magazine. Right, the first thing that we want to add in here is the title, okay, on the top, and also page number at the bottom. Right, so before we start everything, we should organize, we should organize our elements in the layers. So tap on layers. If you could not find these layers, you can go to window and just find everything. All the panels that missing is actually in the window. Okay, so my layers is checked, so that's why I have my layers in here. Right, so double click and then rename layer 1 to master item. So master item is everything that you want to be consistently appear on your e-magazine. Okay, right, then after that I want you to add another 2 layers. So another layer is for text and one more layer, this is for the picture. All right, and you can see that there are a color code. Okay, there are a color code for this layer. So now we are working on the master item. So click on the master item. So the first thing that I want to add is the page number. So for the page number, I want to create one black box. Okay, inside the black box is the number. So I'll go to rectangle and just make sure that I click on here. Okay, I just want to change the field should be in black, and I don't have any field. And then Command plus to zoom in. This is the margin area for my magazine. I don't want my page number to touch this magenta line, so I'll do something somewhere in here, and I'm gonna press shift so that I get square. All right. Right, then after that, I click on type tool. Okay, and I drag one area. Right, and now you can see that I have a cursor inside here. Okay, so change your font, the one that you have planned in your documentation. So let's say for mine, I choose Bebas New, and I want it to be in bold. Okay, and the size I want to change to 14. All right, so once I have set all the font types and everything, then I right click, insert special characters, marker, and current page number. So this will turn to A. Okay, this is color for your text. Okay, so if I click here and I change from 00 to 4, okay, for 6 times, so this will change the color from black to white. Right, so now I can click and bring this in the center. So now I will highlight everything. Okay, right click and then group the black box and the number. Okay, just to make sure that we are working in the e-parent. So once you are done, we can copy and paste this. Okay, so if you hold option, you can see that your mouse now has double cursor, meaning that this is to make a copy and paste. Okay, so you can bring this. Before we bring this, if you click again on the number, okay, you look on the top, you have this control. If this is not appear on your InDesign, you can go to window, and then you can check on the control. Right, so still selecting this one, and go to this option. Okay, I want you to choose align to page. So meaning that if I press this center, so this number will be exactly in the center. Right, so now let's move this one, and then again click on the align horizontal centers. Right, so now if I click on my pages, okay, then I can see that it changed to the number. right? So now the second things that we will do is the titles. Okay, titles on the top. So double click again in the A parent, right? I'm using the A type tool, T type tool. So click and drag the area first. I don't want this to touch the magenta line. So the words I'm going to use is digital magazine. Okay, this is up to you, right? You don't have to follow me, but everyone should have a title for your e-magazine, right? Then you highlight and then change the font according to what you plan in your documentation. Right, so if you press Option Command C, then you can fit the frame into the text. So again, same, you can click on the align horizontal centers. Okay, then after that I'll make another one copy, press Option, okay, bring this to the next page. Right, and then again horizontal align. So if we check again on pages, okay, you have the title and the page number. Right, so that's how you set up your master items that will be replicate to another pages. Right, so next is to create frame for your text and for your images based on the final thumbnail that you have choose. So this is my thumbnail, and I will create my frame based on this thumbnails. Okay, so now for the first page, I don't want number to be start in here and with these small titles, okay, because I don't want to have anything in the first page, because this is a cover. So I'm gonna click on none and drop it in here. So now you can see that in none I don't have anything in the first page. All right, so now you click on rectangle frame. Okay, right, so about this area is the image. Okay, and make sure that when you create this, okay, it snap to the edge or the lines of your margin in the e-magazine. Okay, right, so this is the image area. Okay, but before that, I want this to be not inside the master items. Okay, so I'll just press Ctrl X to cut this, lock master items, and then open up the picture, because this is layer for picture. I'm gonna paste this back. Right, and you see that the color code is now changed to green. Okay, because first we will drag all the area to create the image frames. Okay, so that is the first image for your cover. So now, okay, and the second one, I have margin on left and right, which this will be inside my margin area. Okay, right, so I will add image. Okay, so when you create the rectangle, make sure that it's snapped to the margin area. All right, so that is the second image. All right, so you need to do it for the whole e-magazine layout that you have planned in your thumbnail. Okay, next in this page, you can see that I have four four image frames in here. So what I will do is still with the same rectangle frame tool. Okay, so when I click in here, okay, starting from here, and I drag the area, right? When I drag the area, and then from your keyboard you have the arrow key. So you click on the arrow key up, and you can see that now I'm dividing my area, my picture area into four. Okay, it's divided by 4 when you press the arrow key 4 times. When you are done, then you will release the mouse. So now you can see that InDesign will automatically create for you 4 same size for the image frames. Okay, right, so that's how you add the um, frame for the picture. So now let's do on the text layer. So I will lock my picture layer and then open up my text, click on text, okay, and my text layer is in red color. So for the text, it is still the same. You are using the rectangle frame tool. Okay, so based on my thumbnail reference, I have one big thumbnails in here. So I think I will just drop first parent in my page one, okay, because I just want to see where I should place, using this margin, okay, using these guides in my parent setups. Okay, so again, go back to rectangle frame. So my big title is here. Okay, this is my big title, right? Then after that I have another content area somewhere in here, and I also have headings in on the top of this big text. So I want to take about 2 rows in here. Okay, so now I have two, so all of this is in the center. Right, so this is for the text, and I also have one more in here. Right, and just to make sure that this is in the center, you can also use the one in the control area. Okay, so if you click on the text, then you can check this should be aligned to page, and you can press center. Okay, so all of this is in the center. Right, then that is for the cover. Let's see on the second page. Okay, and I will drag back none to A1, okay, because I don't want to see any duplicate elements in the cover page. Okay, so now click on page 2. So this is for page 2. I have one text in here, and then the body content will wrap between these text. Okay, so what I will do here is I just want to add one more layer, okay, for this wrap text. Okay, I just name it as drop text, and the color is blue. That's fine. Right, so first I will create the drop text and then lock the text first. Okay, with the same tools, rectangle frames. So for the second page, I have one drop text in here. Right, so let's say we have done with everything. Okay, now it's time for you to add the images. So for the images, I want you to go to your Creative Cloud, and then you can open up the Adobe Stock. Okay, so open Adobe Stock. Right, and before that, in your InDesign, you can tap on CC libraries. If you don't have this, then find it in the window. Okay, so this is the CC libraries. So in the CC libraries, this is all the images that I have from my previous work. So first I want you to create a library. In the CC libraries, you can see this menu. Click on the menu and then create new library. So give a name for your library. Okay, let's say the title that I want to do is right, let's say travel Iceland. Okay, and then you create the library. Then after that, you go back to the website. Okay, so make sure that you can click in here and choose your library. Okay, right, so from here you can check this into free. Okay, so if I type Iceland summer, you can find the images, okay, which is free, but some of it has the watermark. Okay, so try to find something that without the watermark, or maybe the watermark is like not really visible on the image. Okay, so let's say, okay, let's choose one of the image. So if I click this one, okay, this image, then I can save this to my library, right? And I just want to make sure that this will goes to my e-magazine. Okay, so now this image is in my e-magazine Travel Iceland. So let's check, and this will be automatically load in your library. Okay, so how to bring this into the your frame? If you zoom in, just make sure that when you drag this, okay, your cursor is in the white area, in the empty area. Okay, so you click, and then automatically it will goes inside here. Okay, but then if I right click, I can go to fitting. Okay, I can fit content proportionally. All right, fit frame proportionally, so that it's either one. Okay, it's either the content or the image. So see, if your image is smaller, then choose the frame. If the frame is bigger, if the frame is smaller but the image is bigger, then choose the image to be content to be proportioned into the frame area, right? So if I press W, then now you can see that this image has been embedded into your e-magazine, and you can see that this is what I say as a watermark. So try to find images that do not have a watermark, or the watermark is not really visible, you know, in the e-magazine, right? So you need to do this for all the image that you plan in your e-magazine. All right, so then after that, when you are done with this, okay, the next is to add the text. Okay, so we will start with the content first. So let's say in here, okay, in the first page, I have one drop text and then the text. Okay, so this is the drop text, the blue frame. I'm gonna lock this and then add another text frame. Right, so now I will click on the drop text first. Okay, and if I click on type tool, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Okay, and double click in my drop text. Okay, so if I go to here, I can see that now my font is Adobe Arabic. So I'm gonna change this to the font that I plan. Okay, which is Bebas New. Alright, and then I want this text to be about 150. Okay, let's see. Then I will go and open up my paragraph. Okay, because in the paragraph I can change this to left to right. Okay, let's scale down first, maybe 80. Okay, then I'm gonna press Option Command and C to fit the frame into the text. Right, so this is my drop text, and I'm gonna lock this. And then now for the text, you can add the fill text first. Okay, so if again you click on type tool, right, and then click in your text, so you can see that now it goes to the this is goes to the last frame, because the paragraph is not in the left. Okay, so you click on the left alignment, right, okay, then change this to the font that you plan, not in Adobe Arabic. Okay, let's say I match with Arial, and this can be maybe 14. Okay, right, then if you go to type, you can use fill with placeholder text. Okay, let's do it again. I don't want this to be in Arabic. So if I go to character, okay, just to make sure that this is the language is not Arabic. All right, I'm using English UK. So again, type. So now you can have this what we call as placeholder text. Okay, before you plan for the content, these are the layout. Then after that, when you already decide what are the content, you can just copy and paste in this area. Okay, so now how can we make the text wrap between the body content? Right, how to make this text wrap into the bigger text is, first you click on drop text, okay, and then you go to window, then you can choose text wrap, okay, and then the option is wrap around bounding box. Right, you can also adjust how far you want the gap between the drop text and the body content. So if I add some number in here, then now you can see, okay, you have a space between the bounding box. Right, so if I press W, then you can see this is the output. All right, so I want you to work on this. Okay, add the text frame for image and for the text. Okay, then after that we will continue on the second part.